Cherry blossoms made a cherry blossom tunnel, and if I delete this, the entire pool should be cleared out, including the hallway. Here we go. This is gonna be good. I'm gonna do a time lapse of the night from above, so they can see just how well these zombies do. All right, commence the time lapse. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is ScrapMan bringing you another episode of Colony Survival. And we are back in the scrapyard, beachside estate or whatever, and hotel, crafting, everything's here. So we are going to be building an underwater pool today or something like that. But if you look around, you see some things a little bit different. I've done a little bit of work, I've made some changes, and the game has made some changes as well. There are new blocks and new trees. There are some new additions and new fixes to the game. One of the major things is wheat no longer lags the game. They've reduced the wheat lag by 99%, which is incredible. So I've made a whole nother tier of wheat up there. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different levels of 8 wheat farms, 100 by 100. And I've also made new tiers of berries. So now we have, instead of just that one berry farm, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 tiers of berries. And I've also made a second tier of trees over here for our foresters. So now we have 2 tiers of trees because I was actually running out of logs and planks, which was kind of weird. And so the new blocks that we have, I've actually transformed our jacuzzi into the new red planks. So we have red planks down the bottom there, and we have black planks. So then here's our cherry sapling. So I've done a little bit of changes, done a little bit of updates. So first, I'm actually gonna enable fly mode here because this really helps to get an overview of everything that's going on. I've actually, down over by the entrance here, I put some cherry blossoms where the zombies come in, and I've also halved my archers. So there used to be an archer on every single gap here, and I've deleted every other archer. So now we only have half the amount that we used to, and the reason being is because the zombies weren't even getting up the steps with all these archers here. And I've also put a wall behind all the archers, so now there's a higher wall going along the perimeter. And what that does is now the archers aren't shooting behind them. They're only going to focus their attention on this runway here. Because I actually wanted the zombies to start getting down the runway because nobody was using it. The archers were too good and the zombies couldn't make it down here. So the sun's setting right now. I'm going to show you some more stuff, and then when the zombies get in here, I'll show you what's happening here. The zombies are still no match for these archers, but they at least start using the tower defense kind of maze here. Whoops. But yeah, I thought it would be a nice touch to put cherry blossoms right by the entrance so it looks all nice and inviting, and then they come in and then it's archer death. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back over here. So one of the other additions I've had is I actually ran out of beds. Look at the top left here. We now have 379 colonists. I think we ended off the last episode with 197, so I've like almost tripled in size here. Well, more like almost doubled in size, sorry. And you can see these colonists are not going over to the hotel, they're going underneath the farms. So I've actually made a mini, well not really mini, I've made a subterranean, underground hotel area here to put a lot more beds, so all the people that are working on this side of the moats can hopefully find a place to sleep, and they don't have to cross the bridge out into the island. And then all the people working in the island can find their place to sleep in the actual island. So if we go over here, and then we go down into the hotel area, you can see all the crafters and stuff are sleeping here. And I'll go down the spiral staircase. I've added all the crafting stations for the most part. I've added a smelting room underneath the smelting hut up top. I've added a mint room underneath the mint hut up top. Oh, and this could stand to use a few more torches. So we'll go ahead and put a torch. That's not a torch. Go ahead and put a torch right there, right there. All right, I think that's good enough for now. We go down further, and this is our crafting stations for all of our crafts. And over here is actually, I think, what we started with. This is our baking, our grinders and our bakers are in this area here. So yeah, and also I've added at the back here, this is our shop. So we have our shopkeeps here that are selling and trading things, or buying and selling things. You know what, I think these should go, they're gonna have more of a lighting effect on the sides there, I think. Cool. And we're going to be adding our underwater pool. If we go up the steps here, you can see I have something mapped out right here. This is going to be the entrance to our underwater pool. I'll show you what that's about later, but I think we have some zombies to take a look at right now. So that's going to be on the hotel level. This is the hotel level here. There's a crafting island above and there's a crafting basement below. And that way the crafters can meet in the hotel in the middle to go to bed. All right, so we'll go up here. I put some cherry blossoms all around the island as well. So this is one of the really cool things. The cherry blossoms actually, when I lined the street here, the cherry blossoms made a cherry blossom tunnel or a cherry blossom cave that you can walk under, which I thought was really, really nice. All right, let's get over to our zombie defense. So look at how many zombies we have coming in now. This is an insane amount of zombies compared to what we've been using. So you can see they actually get up the stairs now. And I think as the night goes on and they start bunching up more, I think they get like almost halfway down this length right here, whereas before they couldn't even get to this section right here. So we're gonna see if we can catch them actually making this turn. But look at how many of them are just flopping off of this platform here. Here, I'll go down. I'm not in fly mode anymore, I'm walking now. But the frame rates are amazing compared to what they used to be, especially with the wheat and stuff, so that's a really huge improvement there. But yeah, while these zombies are doing their thing, I'm gonna show you the difference between the new blocks. Now there's the coated planks, which is what we were using before. It looks like that. Here, let me put a torch right there. Right there. There's the coated planks that we were using before, and they don't look too much. Oh, the zombies are actually getting over here. Let's go to this bend here. So there's the red and there's the coated. You can see there's only a very, very slight difference. The red is just a little bit brighter, but then again, there's the black. The black, whoops, those are the same. The black ones are actually very, very different. So I've used them in certain areas, which I'll show you. And then we got our cherry blossom thing, which you've seen the cherry blossoms all around. But actually, I think the zombies have definitely, oh, there they go. So they got to this point right here. The sun came up. So that's actually more than I've seen them do. I guess I've hired a bunch of colonists since the last time I've checked. So here is the black. This is what the black planks look like. I use them to create the second level of the tree farm here. And then these are the red, which I used on the berry farm. And I made the berry farm a little bit more compact since the berries are much smaller than the trees and other things like that. But yeah, the wheat farm, some of you were saying the wheat farm looks like a parking garage. I totally agree with that. Definitely looks like a parking garage. So I think that is everything new that I've done in between recording. Oh, I should probably make this out of sand. That looks weird, I just realized. Here, let's replace this grass with sand, make it look a little bit more beachy. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, so over here, we're going to be having our underwater pool. And the way it's gonna work here, we'll just go down to the bottom level here. So the way oh, nope, it's in the middle level. I forgot, my bad. So the way it's gonna work is this is gonna be our entrance. And so I'll go out into the water. All right, so we are in the water right now. So here it is, what we're gonna have is a little walkway tunnel thing going out here. And then this big area right here is going to be the pool. So it is completely underwater, completely surrounded by water. So we're gonna have, this is our tunnel. Everything's filled with water right now. So that's what we're doing in this episode is we're going to be emptying the water and then making the pool. And actually some of you in the comments gave me a really awesome bit of advice. Because the way I did the underwater hotel was basically this. I surrounded the water with the perimeter that I wanted, and then I filled it up with leaves so that, because see the leaves replaces the water, and it fills in because there's water surrounding it. And then I deleted all the leaves manually to get rid of all the water. But what you would enlightened me onto was that if I use, here I'll put some logs down here. If I have a bunch of leaves like this, and then I attach a log to it, all I have to do is delete the log, and all of the leaves get deleted at the same time. So that could have saved me literally hours on the underwater hotel. But at the same time, not quite, because I made a few mistakes in which I skipped over some water blocks. So if I deleted all of it at the same time, all of those water blocks would have spread throughout the entire empty space and I probably would have had to start over. But as long as I don't make any mistakes here, it should save me a lot of time. So I have to fill in this tunnel and then I have to fill in this room to get rid of all of the water. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, welcome back. I think we have everything filled in. So if I've done this right, I should be able to put a block or put a piece of wood right there. And if I delete this, the entire pool should be cleared out, including the hallway. Here we go. Oh, we might have it. Oh, that hurt a little bit. I think we did it. Look at this. All right. And then here is our entrance. We go down the hallway and we can go up, and then I gotta make my pool down here, but I should also fill this in. That's gonna be the roof right there, which then means that this stuff, whoops, this stuff could go away. All right, so now all I gotta do is figure out how big I want the pool to be. I think for now, should I have 2 in from the edge? So like 1, 2, 1, 2, like this. Yeah, let's have it be like this first. So there's one corner, 1, 2. There's another corner, 1, 2, another corner. It's not gonna be as big as I hoped, but I was running out of room. I was already at the ground out on the outside. So we might be able to expand a little bit later, but here is at least a start. All right, here we go. So that is our pool. Let's see what's underneath it. Oh, I guess there is 1 layer underneath. We should probably expand this down as well though. Actually, yeah, that's what I wanted to do was I want to make a deep end and a shallow end. So we can actually, we're already kind of cool where we were at with a shallow end. So let's draw, let's make a halfway point right here. All right, so here is going to be the shallow end, but we should probably make a perimeter around the pool as well. So this is the perimeter, and we're just gonna dig this out. Oh, is this a shallow end? There we go. Yeah, perimeter goes that way. And then where is the end? It is right here. All right, cool. So there is the corner. Whoop, nope, that was an accident. Fill that back up. There we go. And I'll actually make it a 3-step pool, so then we'll have even 1 more step deeper. Like that. Whoops. Looks like we have, interesting. We've got rock bottom down here. So here, let me go into walk mode. We're gonna clear all this out and replace it with sand. There, so what's kind of cool about this is it's a sand-bottomed pool. Actually, now that I think about it, the walls should continue to be plank. And that makes it consistent with being a sand-bottom pool, but having an enclosed wall. All right, and here it is. So now, oh, I just realized we're gonna have to make, we can't make, I guess we're gonna have to make a step here. Or you know what, we can put a single step like that. We should probably make that out of plank though. There we go. So there's our step into the pool. That looks kind of nice. What do you guys think? So now we need some torches for sure. Let's see how dark it really is in here. I'll turn my light off. Ooh. Yeah, look at that. That's terrible. That's weird. The water actually retains light for a second when I turn my lights off. Huh. All right, definitely have some torches by the entrance here. All right, I think that looks pretty nice. everything looks pretty symmetrical. So there is water directly above us. And there's water, basically there's water on all sides of us here. Oh, and I definitely need to put some torches in our tunnel here. And we got some torches by the entrance. Actually, I'm gonna put those a little bit closer. Whoops. There we go. Oh, is that, all right. I'm gonna have to do this really, really quick if there's water out here, but I wanna replace those with plank. All right, no, there's not water out there, good. There we go. Now we have a bit more of a marked entrance there. Oh, actually, what if I put torches like that? That look better? I think that looks a little bit better. All right, so that actually took not as long as I thought it was going to. We have our tunnel out into our pool. Oh, those confused me for a second. I was like, why is there not water there? But that's my step, so I can actually get out of the pool. And we can even go down underwater with our multi-level pool here. I've also expanded the mine a little bit, so let's take a look at the mine really quick. Here we go, we gotta go all the way over here. You can see I've added some blossom trees to the outside of the mine here as well. So let's go ahead and go on down. So I can't find clay. I went into Diesel's world. If you saw that episode, he showed me around his place. He has clay in his mine, and if I get clay, I can make stone bricks. But literally, I've expanded this wall immensely and put a ton of miners down here, as you can see. And for whatever reason, I have not a single block of clay. I don't think I do. Maybe I can't see it, but I'm gonna walk around here. You guys take a look. Do you see, if you know what clay looks like, do you see anything here that is clay? I see a lot of gypsum, and I know clay kind of looks like gypsum, but I'm pretty sure everything, all of this is actual gypsum. It's not clay. So I don't know what the deal is. Let's make one more row, one more extension, and see if I happen to get lucky now that I'm recording. But I definitely want some more gold. How's my gold doing? I don't see any. I actually don't see any gold ore. Holy cow. They're really eating that up, aren't they? I have so many gold ore people too. Like every single gold ore that I have found is being mined right now. But luckily I have found another one. So I'm gonna put a miner right on it and hire a colonist. And I'm gonna hire up to 400 right now, even though some of them won't be doing anything. 20 of them won't be doing anything, but looking at that nice even number makes me feel good, so I'm gonna go with that. All right, see, there's more gypsum. I'm pretty sure. Let me just collect it just to make sure. Yep, that's gypsum. So still no clay, but we'll get rid of this entire row right here. What I'm thinking probably happened, I've heard of this. I've heard people say that if you've made your world too early in the game development, then you will not get clay in your world because it didn't exist back then. So you're just not gonna get it. So I may be one of those unlucky people that started a little bit too early, so I will not get clay. But Diesel said that when the clay update came out, that it just appeared in his world automatically. So I was hoping that it would happen to me, but it really doesn't seem to be the case. And here is yet another minute of failed clay discovery. There's coal, there's iron, we got a little bit of gold, and we got some gypsum, but no clay, unfortunately. But man, look at all these miners. I wish I could see how many of each job that I have employed. But it doesn't tell you, because that's a lot of miners. I want to know how many miners I have, how many archers I have, how many crafters I have, etc., etc. And our food's doing pretty good. You can see that we have 25,000 and growing food. And now with all the people that we just hired, we now consume 2,000 a day. Here's all of our people waiting. So funny story. When I was building the underground hotel down here, I made a huge mistake, and because the underground hotel was exposed right here, so I was like, oh, really quick, let me just put, I'll show you right. See, there's that block right there. That's the underground hotel. So I was like, oh, let me just fill this in really quick like that. And, oh, I just realized I deleted a block underneath the cherry blossom tree. But I put a block there. And then night came, And I kept getting a notification on the bottom left saying that one of my colonists has died because a zombie has reached my flag. And I was like, did having my archers actually make the zombies get in here? So I was looking over here and there weren't any zombies coming down here. All the archers were getting them. And then I realized all the zombies were flooding through my farm over here and then down and up over to the flag. And I was like, what's going on? Where are they coming from? There's hundreds of them. And I was all on my own because I don't have any archers inside. All of my archers are at the entrance. And then I realized that one little block that I put here gave them access from the beach into my place, and I had no idea. Just that one little mistake cost me a lot of lives. But luckily, I was able to just hire them all back. There wasn't, I had a decent amount of resources, so it didn't really cost me too much. But it was just unfortunate that I had to deal with that. And also I wasn't recording, so it was unfortunate that I couldn't catch my actual reaction on camera. And is that how that goes? I think that's how that goes. Alright, so here we are back in the underwater pool. I really wish they had like a chair kind of thing, because they have beds. You know what, let's put some beds in the underwater pool, just for the heck of it. Let me just go ahead and put some lounging beds, just like this. These really aren't here for any particular purpose, but I just kind of thought it'd be nice. I wanted to have some, like, semblance of like, a vacation kind of relaxation area. And since we don't have chairs, I figured why not beds? There we go, how's that? So now we can have people lounging in our lounge chairs by the pool, which is underwater. Oh, it is nighttime again. Let's see how the zombies do. It looks like some people are still crossing the bridge, so that means that we probably have this entire area full. Let's see if all of these beds fill up. If they all fill up, then we're gonna add some more down here because I want everyone to be able to stay on their side of the bridge. If there are people working over here, I want them to go to bed over here. And if there are people working over here, I want them to go to bed over here. And that way it's the most time efficient for their jobs. Oh, there probably a lot of these people are miners. I was realizing like we don't really have that many farmers over here, but the miners are also over here. So let's see, are there any, let's let these last group of people lay down. There we go. Where are you going? Oh, I see it. There's the empty bed right there. Whoops, I accidentally left that hole there. Let's get our black planks out. Fill that hole back in. Okay, wait, there are two empty, oh, there they are. There's the two people for these two empty beds. All right, so they're gonna fill those beds. Let's see if there's any other empty beds going on. Oh, I do, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's a bunch of empty beds over here. Why are they crossing the, are those beds closer? I assumed that they were programmed to go to the closest open bed, but a bunch of people went over to the hotel instead of the underground place, apparently. All right, I don't know what the deal is with that, but let's check out how our zombies are doing. Now that we have 400 colonists, I actually want to see them this time. I want to see them get all the way down over here. I'm gonna do a time lapse. Here we go. This is gonna be good. I'm gonna do a time lapse of the night from above so we can see just how well these zombies do. All right, commence the time lapse. Well, there you have it. That is, they didn't seem to get as far this time. For whatever reason, last time they got over to here, but that time they only got to here. And we hired more people, didn't we? So that's kind of odd. Okay, so in this episode, we've managed to build an underwater pool. I mean, it doesn't, I feel like I can make it look better, but I'm not too sure exactly what to do with it. I feel like it's kind of plain. But remember, if I delete one of these walls, the water will come flooding in. But if I'm quick enough, I can replace a block. So I'll show you right now. I'm gonna take a chance here. Ready for this? There's the water, and then you can cover it back up really quick. So it's possible to replace all of this one by one, but you have to not make a mistake, otherwise the water will come in if you give it the time. So yeah, I'm looking for ideas from you guys. If you want to see the series continue, I'm gonna need to know what to do with it. So we're going with the whole beach and underwater theme. We have an underwater, we have a crafting island, we have a beach, we have an underwater hotel, we have an underwater pool now, and it's just been a really fun kind of experience so far, building this beachside underwater colony. So any ideas for how to continue with the underwater theme? Let me know down in the comments. If you liked this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell icon, because that'll help you see the videos right away, and then you can be part of the notification squad. But this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Welcome to the end screen. Well, you'll probably click away before I get to tell you to subscribe for more fun. And if you really like me, but like not in a creepy way, support me on Patreon. Oh yeah, check out this awesome video I made over here. It's probably even better than this one. Or it might be worse, actually. But if you don't click it, I guess you'll never know.